Hello and happy February, everyone. Thanks for coming back and watching our monthly market update and status report on what's going on. Let's start with all of our active homes on the market in Douglas and Sarpy County to kind of give you a broad picture of what's going on here. We currently have 1,153 homes active on the market. Of those, 497 are not new construction. Um, and 674 are new construction. They are either complete or under construction. So um, I love seeing those numbers. I love that we have some availability of new homes, things that are in progress. It just is a beautiful thing to have. Also a part of that is days on market. We're up. We've got 25 average days on market, and again, I'm here for it. I love that we have a little bit of breathing space. I am not all for completely a buyer's market, completely a seller's market. I think having a little bit of balance in there is a wonderful thing. Um, that 25 is not a number to be scared of at all. And then our list price to sales price is 98.5%. So again, if you've been around for a couple of years, you'll see that that's down from like 105% of list price. So once a home gets to a price, if there's been any price adjustments to where buyers are ready, willing, and able to put an offer in on them, at that price, you're seeing 98.5% of that price is what the final sales price ends up being. So, not a terrible number either. The number of homes that have gone under contract in the last 7 days is 227, compared to the previous 7 days was 214. So, up a little bit here this week. That's a wonderful thing. If you've been around here and talked to me at all over the last 10, 15 years, you have probably heard me say our slowest time in the market in Omaha, Nebraska is between Thanksgiving and Super Bowl. So, Super Bowl was last Sunday, and here we are. Those numbers are increasing. So, again, last couple of years, our inventory was so low and we had such a pent up demand. I think we're getting back to there, but I'll come back to that. But we are seeing homes now we took a little bit of a little quieter hiatus over the holidays, and so we are seeing an uptick in the market. With that said, I do think that we are getting back into our quote unquote spring market. So we are mid February, and if you were to find a home today, you are looking probably at 30 to 45 days as a typical closing time. So end of March. And it's almost 60 degrees out today, guys. So people are feeling it and they're ready to get out and they're feeling good about things. The sun is shining and they're like, okay, let's come out of hibernation and let's get looking at homes again. So um, I do think that we're going to see those numbers increasing here from here on out. So if you've been waiting for a market crash, not going to happen here. We still have pent up demand as I go back to that, because I think when interest rates went up over the last 6 months, the people who wanted to make a move, even those who wanted to make a move over the holidays, just put a pause. And so when we talk about that pent up demand, there are people out there that want to move, upsizing, downsizing, whatever it may be, but they've just been waiting. So now that we're getting into spring, you're going to see them coming out of the woodwork. So if you're one of the people who have been saying, there's not a ton of inventory, and I just want to wait to see what else comes on, there's going to be more houses in the spring. You're right. There's also going to be more competition in the spring because that's when all of the other buyers that have been saying the same thing are coming out to start looking again. So just keep that in the back of your minds. Be thinking about that. And if making a move here in the next year is something that is on your radar, let's start that conversation now and talk through that. with that, I want to talk a little bit about that transition of people who are need to sell a home and want to buy a new home. That is something that I think I help people do very, very well. And I love that. That's something I'm passionate about. And I know that if maybe you bought your first home and now maybe you've got a couple kids and your life has changed and you're like, "Oh my gosh, how do I go through that process again, but now with a couple in tow?" That just feels really daunting. Don't let it be. It's okay. There are options. There are things we can do. There are, I think, still ways that we can. I'm still seeing some home sale contingencies being accepted today. That could change in the next week or two. But so having that conversation of, okay, so if I put my house on the market, but I don't know where I want to be or what I'm going to do, we can talk through all of those things and what that may look like. So call me. I would love to have that conversation, and to kind of get that ball rolling. If you don't do anything, then you're never going to do anything. So definitely things to think about there. Also, I was just doing a new repeat client consultation on Saturday, with some folks who are going to be selling and buying, and um, they are very specific about where they want to be, and they do have options for living with family. That's an option for them. So we are going to just be, that was one of the top things that I told them to do here in the next few days, and they did it right away, but getting pre approved. So you've got to start that pre approval process. And um, so we even know what we're looking at. There's a ton of new construction in the area they want to be at, but obviously there's a price difference from homes that are 10, 15 years old. So, and it's a pretty drastic difference in price. So we just have to figure out, are we looking at new construction, or do we need to kind of stay over here and just wait for something to come up? So with that, I do have a lot of clients right now who are looking to build. Your average time frame right now is back to what I would consider probably pre-pandemic timeframes, which is wonderful. Average, I'm going to say, is 7 to 10 months. Obviously, that can become much higher if you're in a more higher price point, more custom, those types of things. There is one builder in town that does them in closer to 4 months. They are purely a spec builder, meaning they build what they want on the lots that they want, and then you can come in and buy them. So they are very, very fast. And there's certainly a market for that and for those people. So, but I would say normal is 7 to 10 months. So mid-February, you can still be in your new home by the holidays. So if that's something that you or somebody in your life is considering, I would say now is the time to really be having those conversations. I've been talking to a ton of builders in the last week or two. Lots of neighborhoods have lots available, and there are some that are non-builder attached. So if you are specific about wanting to be in those neighborhoods and wanting to pick your builder, or there's some neighborhoods, depending on the developer and how that has all rolled out, some of those, they do what's called like a lot draw, or they'll be able to pick so many lots in that neighborhood, and the developer will pick, let's call it 10 builders that they want in their neighborhood. So um, lots of different things to think about, but I know them pretty well in our area. So if that's something that you want to talk about, please do. Otherwise, I think the only other thing that I wanted to mention here today is, what questions do you have for me? Are there things that are holding you back that you really want to make a move, or that's something maybe on your 2 to 5 year plan and you're just like, I don't know how to do that? Let's start thinking about that now. I love getting in with people at the beginning and saying, okay, this is our process. So never feel bad about calling me and asking me questions when you're like, oh, but I'm not doing anything for a few years. That's okay. That's okay. That's what I'm here for. So, otherwise, I hope you are enjoying this wonderful, beautiful, sunshiny day and get out there, enjoy time with your family and your friends, and just know that I am here for you. And if I can help you in any way, I would love to do that for you. Have a wonderful day and take care.